Hi, namaste to all of you. Welcome to this meeting for the Tridosha. What is the Tridosha? I wrote it in here. Tridosha means the three basic principles of energy. We have 5 elements. I wrote in here 5 elements. In Sanskrit we call it Pancha Mahabhutas. Pancha means 5, Mahabhutas elements. So, Tridosha is related to the 5 elements. Tridosha are 3 basic principles of energy. So we have the Vata energy, the Pitta energy and the Kapha energy. 3 different energy that lives inside your body, inside my body, and in nature. In nature we have the 5 elements. What are the 5 elements? Earth, water, fire, air, and space, or ether, as you want to call it. I wrote them in here. Vata is related to air and space, and it is related to movement. Pitta is related to fire and a little bit of water, and is related to transformation. And Kapha, related to water and earth, is related to maintenance, to keep the things together, right? So how to explain this in a way to easy understand it? All those words are Sanskrit words, not easy to memorize, but it's good if you go into yoga to memorize them. Every time you hear the teachers talking about Vata dosha, Pitta dosha, or Kapha dosha, you know what we are talking about. So the 3 dosha, 3 energies that live inside of us, right? These energies are also related to our solar system, and somehow to bigger extent to the universe, because elements are everywhere. If you look to the sky, you see fire in the sun, right? This is the sun, and you see fire in it. If you look to our planet, you see water, right? And so on with the planets. Like Saturn, for example. Saturn is related to air, because Saturn is like, if you take Saturn, you put it in the water, it will not dig deep. It will not sink into it. It will flow on top of it, because it's very light planet, Saturn, related to Vata. Also the zodiac sign I related to the 5 elements. So let's go. I will just make it easy for you to understand. I will interpret the person, the typology, because dosha means also typology. Characterial typology, physical typology, emotional typology. So the person, Vata dosha, is very skinny, like me. Just to understand, I'm Vata Pitta. So I'm quick in movement. When I move quick. I think quick also. I take decisions like this. I'm very creative. Creative, mobile, mobility, movement, related to movement, Vata is related to movement. And it's cold, like Saturn is a cold planet. I'm cold. What does that mean, I'm cold? I cannot stand the cold. I suffer when it's cold. I need to wear a jacket, put boots, gloves, because I feel uncomfortable. Why I feel uncomfortable? I don't have much protection around my bones. I don't have much fat or muscles. I'm slim, and it's like having a bamboo. And this is Vata. Vata rules the bones in our life. And everything around the bones is related to Kapha. The muscles, the fats, the cellulitis, everything that makes the flesh in our body is related to Kapha. Mentally, the Vata people are unstable, moving all the time, like the hair. Hair, space, is related to movement. Vata is related somehow to our mind. Why? Why the mind? Why the moon? Moon is a Kapha planet, but is also related to Vata. Because see the movement of the moon? See, all the time hiding and appearing, hiding and appearing. Every 28.5 days, the moon, she's moving. She's also in tune with the feminine cycle, right? So what is really the movement in our body? If I do that, this is a movement. So Vata rules all the movement of our physical body, of our mind, through the thoughts. Every thought we have, from one thought to another one, there is a movement. Like there is a space in between one thought and another one. See? Space. And those thoughts are moving like clouds. All the time moving. There is no steadiness with Vata. All the time moving the thoughts. And this is why yoga helps Vata people to get steadiness in their mind and in their body. Have you ever sit next to a person who all the time moves, and suddenly you get drawn by this energy and say, stop moving, please, stop moving, because you just create to me the same stress. Vata people create stress because emotionally and mentally they are anxious, they are worried, preoccupied, thinking too much movement, too much creativity sometimes. Vata is not negative, it's just it is. It's like Pitta, it is, and Kapha, it is, right? Then we have to find the balance in between the 5 elements in our body, in our physical body. You know, we have 5 bodies, the koshas, our physical body, movement, Vata, all the movement of our body. The movement of the blood in our body is made by Vata. Vata brings the blood and move it from up to down, from up to down. Also the water, the lymphas we have in our body, all the waters are moved. The intestine when there is the digestion related to pitta, we will come to it, there is a movement, and the food that we eat goes down to the stomach goes to the intestine, and goes to the colon, and then we get rid of the waste, going to the toilet, basically. This is Vata. Vata rules the colon and going to the toilet. Vata rules the nervous system. Imagine this is my spinal, and this is the nervous system. From here goes down all the spinal cord, and all the nerves comes in the front and connected to the organs, right? What are the more movement we have in our body? Out of physically and physiologically. The emotions. From one emotion to another emotion, there is a space. Again, space. So see the importance of the movement in our body, the thoughts, the movement of going to the toilet, nervous system, the mind, the joints are related to Vata. All the joint problem are related to Vata. So because Vata is dry and rough, we advise people, Vata constitution, to use oil on the joints to lubricate it. Why? Because it's getting dry, and when it's getting dry, it's getting painful, and when it's getting too dry, it can break. Like the leather. You have bags made of leather. If too much sun is coming, the leather starts to break a little bit, and you can break the pieces of the leather like this. But if you put oil regularly, the leather will not break because it's nourished. It's like the same engine of your car. Why you put gasoline and oil? If you don't put oil, this will warm the engine and will just explode, broke, finish, right? So for Vata, very important to nourish the skin with the oil in the neck. Vata creates tension because it's cold, it's dry, it creates this tension. Oh, my neck is, so much tension in here. So why you do the yoga posture? Why we do yoga? To remove the tension, to liberate, and have a deep breathing and just relax the tension. Go up, my back is stretching. How much of you have lower back pain? Human being seems that is the most common disease of human being. Tension in the lower back, tension in the neck, and tension at the area of the solar plexus. This basically is the three major points in our body where we have this tension, this Vata impact, that we need to remove by doing opening the chest, and you open the tension, you open the diaphragm, when you cannot breathe, breathing, Vata. All the pranayamas are related to Vata energy. So see how it is important not only to do the yoga postures, the asanas, But why it's important is the pranayamas, the breathing, to open up the chest, to help the lungs to expand, and to open up the diaphragma. Have you ever speak to somebody and say, I have a note in here, I have a pain in my stomach. And then they check related to the food, they're related to the stomach. But then, if you ask yourself, if you breathe for 1 week every day with pranayamas, then this pain of your stomachs will be reduced, because then stomach can breathe, can open and can digest the food. This is related to Vata. So the Vata people, as are moving all the time, as are thinking a lot, are very creative, and they are somehow the movement in our body, all the movement in our body. Remember that Vata rules 70% of the diseases in our body. 70%. It is why I'm insisting with Vata, because Vata is the major of the Vata, Pitta, Kapha, of the doshas that bring diseases, because it's ruling the nervous system, it's ruling the mind. Understand? Very important. Pitta, related to fire. Mars is a fiery planet. Aries, as a zodiac sign, is related to fire, like Leo also. So what is this fire who lives inside of us? I'm asking you, where the fire lives in my body? In the eyes. Yes. I get anger, I get mad on you. You see the anger in the eyes. Fire is related to anger, ira, possessiveness, aggressiveness, aggressivity. Calm down, please. Bring your pitta down, okay? Transformation. So now we come to the point of it. What is the transformation in our body? What do we have to transform in our body? Let's go step by step. Food. I'm eating, and what is the process in my stomach? The liver. Liver is related to Pitta, and pancreas secrete the enzymes. The enzymes to help to digest the food, right? And from this digestion, it is extracted the carbohydrates, the proteins, the vitamins, everything we need in our body. So see how it is important. A good pitta. A good pitta means a good digestive system. Digestive system. In Ayurveda we say a person who has a very good digestive system is already a person who is healthy. In addition to this, if that person goes easily to the toilet every day, like a routine, every morning I wake up, I go to the toilet, fantastic. We can say when you have a good digestive system and good elimination of the waste, the person is quite healthy. Then you need to see how is the mind going and how is the sleep when you sleep. Vata, just to come back to Vata, to the first one, When there is a problem with Vata, we cannot go to the toilet. Everything gets dried. And we need to push hard. Constipation, basically, is one of the problems of Vata. So you can ask a person, this person says, I'm constipated, I cannot go to the toilet, means I'm constipated in my mind, because mind and excretory system are related through the nervous system. Too much worried, too much preoccupation dries the thoughts and dries the colon and dries the waste. It is why Vata is very tough, because it creates a lot of disease in our body. Remember that Vata ruling the mind, and how many diseases we have through the mind, inside the mind. Paranoias, not sleeping in the night, seeing ghosts, having nightmares, everything is related to Vata. So what are the disease that brings Pitta, this fire of transformation that we have inside of us? When too much heat in my body, what happened? I need to drink a glass of cold water to refresh. Some yoga posture and some pranayamas are related to calm down the fire inside of us and to bring freshness, to coolish our body. So what are the disease, what are the problems, health problem of Pitta? Pitta rules the skin. Acne. You know, when you are 14, 15, 16 years old and you start to have all these acne, these volcanoes. This is fire coming from the earth. A volcano, when explodes, is full fire, is full red inside. It's the same in our skin. When we have too much heat in our body, our skin suffers, our eyes suffers. We have eye problem, getting reddish, and at least we will lose sight eyes, right? So we will need to wear glasses. Many people, Pitta people who have too much Pitta wear glasses. You can see them. You can see them. Like the Vata, you can see them moving all the time, and all the time, I'm cold, and they need to drink hot water, hot tea, and suddenly just next to it there is a Pitta who stays with a shirt and say, it's not so cold. And the Vata is just freezing next to it. What are more problems? Because Pitta related to stomach, enzymes, acidity. Acidity is like burning sensation in our stomach. What is the next step after acidity? Ulcera. You start to have the cut, the wound inside of stomach. Creating very unpleasant diseases, Pitta. Hemorrhage. Hemorrhage is when you start really to blood in your stomach. When this wound start to open and really blooding, and this really you have to go to the hospital, running to the hospital. This is too much Pitta. What increases Pitta? Red wine. All alcohol brings up the fire in our body. Spicy food, tomatoes, aubergine. It's many things that brings up the fire in our body. Tobacco also brings too much fire in our body. Let's step to Kapha. Kapha related to water and earth. So, if the Pitta, let me come back to the Pitta. If the Pitta is very sharp, soft skin, very soft skin, hot, and fleshy smelly. Oh, you can feel it already. These people, that person, this is too much Pitta inside the body and gives this strong smell. It's not a bad smell, it's just a strong smell. Some people have really this. But I want to speak about sharp. Let's come back to Pitta, because I haven't spoke about Pitta, about the mind and the emotion. Pitta are very kingdom, like the sun. The sun is the king. I'm in my throne. I'm the only one. Nobody can sit next to me. I'm the one who's taking decision. I'm the one who's ruling over others. I'm the one who possess and dominate other people. I have a lot. I want a lot of gold. I want a lot of... See the gold and the sun, same color. So the Pitta people are very working oriented. They want to be the boss. They want to be on the stock market. They want to be entrepreneur. They maybe have few telephone and calling, hey, let's do this business, let's do that thing, let's do that, and all the time innovating and making it better and creating more money. And because it's, look, the sun again, it's so beautiful, the relationship with the sun, because sun somehow wants the red carpet in Hollywood. All these actors, they go to receive the awards, the fame, the honor, beautiful. I get an Oscar from it. You know, it's pride, a lot of pride in the Pitta people. Okay, let's step to Kapha. Kapha people, very relaxed. Kapha are more heavy in their physical body. I will just put my back on the, and I will like just relax and take the remote. What is in the TV today? And I have chips. They are a little bit phlegmatic, non-moving, passive, inertia. Usually the women have big legs, fatty legs, because Kapha is related to water and earth, and we can see the retention of liquids in the legs of a woman, for example. It is why we go for lympho drainage for the Kapha people, you know, to remove the extra water in the body, removing the cells that are dead, and nobody comes to take and bring it to our organs to remove them from our body. So we need an extra help with the massage and to bring this extra fat, extra cells, dead cells we have in our body, and to remove them. In the man, we see maybe big chest, big guys with big bellies, hard, when they have to stand, and they have really difficult to stand. Vata moves if it doesn't have back pain, because Vata people usually have back pain, lower back pain, and neck problem. And the Kapha people, it's difficult for them to stand up and to go for a ride. or go for a hike. Why should I go for a hike if I can stay here quiet with all my heaviness? Why should I walk and sweat and everything, you know? Why should I go to exercise like Pitta? Pitta, they love to exercise. They go to the gym and they make... Because the Pitta people, they have very fit body. Like there are sportives. If you see this Michael Jordan or Ronaldo, they have these perfect bodies. And this is related to Pitta. Yeah? Vata are more skinny. Vata, for Vata people, is good to put weight by doing really exercises. Vata people will not put weight just by eating. So Kapha used to eat, they love the kitchen, they like to be in the kitchen, they love to eat. And the qualities of Kapha dosha is stability, mind stability. See the difference with Vata. Vata, preoccupation, we have to do this, I don't know, it's disorder, where I put my things. Kapha, they know where they put the things. It's like a library, you know. They have very good memory, Kapha people. Like they have elephant memory. They can recall a book that you read. We read a book 3-4 years ago. Kapha people, they can remember it. And quite precisely, you know. While Pitta people, yes, they will remember. They have good memory. Not all, not as deep as Kapha. And Vata, they say, what is the name of this book? Yeah, I read it 3-4 years ago. Yeah, I remember. Actually, I don't really remember. You know, because they forget. Vata people, they learn quickly and they forget quickly. Pitta people, they are very sharp in their understanding, very analytical, you know, intellectual. I want to know, I want to do it the best as possible. And Kapha, full library. A lot of memory is there. Stability, density in abundance in giving also. Kapha people, they are very good in giving. Siyama from south of India, this guru, she's Kapha. She's hugging people. She's just giving all the time. Coolness and slow motion. Kapha people are slow to move, probably to take decision also, or they don't want to take decision. Let's take an example. We have these 3 friends. It's Vata, Pitta and Kapha friends, right? And another friend is coming. And this friend is saying, hey, let's go to the party. There is a party, let's go all together. And the Vata, yes, let's go. I want to go. Okay. Not thinking too much, like very creative, very enthusiastic. I want to do it. Okay, let's do it. I'm in. No? I'm movement. I move quick. I want to see. If there's a party, better. I can move. I can dance. And the Pitta will say, wait. Where is the party? How far it is from here? How much it costs? And what is the music they're going to play? I want to understand. And the Kapha will say, yeah, if you go, I go. Otherwise, we can stay here. I'm okay with both. You know, I adapt myself like the water and earth. The water is an element who adapts itself to the earth. You know, taking the shape of it. If you put water somewhere, it takes the shape. The fire doesn't take any shape. Fire is just like hair, very light. Vata and Pitta, they are light, while Kapha is heaviness. So these 3 friends are completely different, you know. One says, yeah, I can go, I can stay here, I'm okay. as far as I have something to eat and just something to enjoy, I'm fine like this. The Pitta maybe, is challenging. He feels himself already challenged because he has to take a decision. Let's take another example. You have the Vata. Vata guy or girl has to speak tomorrow in front of a crowd. Okay, so I prepare my papers the night before, and where are the papers? Where I put the papers? Some information is in the computer, the other one, oh, maybe I forgot in my friend's place, so I get stressed. Why? Why I get stressed? Because I don't have order. Vata people are very disorganized, you know. Too much thinking of different ideas and nothing really concrete. So for tomorrow talks, the Vata gets stressed the night before because he's unprepared. He is coming to the moment of talking and they say, what the fuck? I don't remember everything what I have to say because of too much stress. This is why yoga helps Vata people a lot to gain confidence, to come back to steadiness, not moving. The mind is with dharana, concentration. See the importance of yoga in all of this, because we are talking about yoga, right? And through yoga we can balance these energies, the Vata energy. Sometimes Vata is too up, that you need to bring it down, and sometimes Vata is too down, you have to bring it up to balance it. Let's take the example of the Pitta person who has to talk tomorrow in front of a crowd. And the night before, what is he doing? He's there, sweating already. I need to memorize this also, and what is missing, this is missing also. He wants to do it perfect, and this is a problem. Perfectionism is related to Pitta. Why you want to do it perfect? What is the idea in the back of it? Easy. The idea is of, I want to be the best. I want to have the red carpet. I want fame and honor. I want this. Pitta people are ruled by ego. A lot of ego is there. Prideness. And when it's too much, because you put yourself in a situation of your life that this is where you have to reach. And most of the time, you cannot go up there because this is just too high. So put your expectation down. If you are a Pitta person, you will reduce your Pitta if you don't expect too much from yourself. And in the yoga, we can work on this. It's fantastic how you can work with the Pitta people in the yoga postures. Just to calm down. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to reach the oversteps that you intentionally or unconsciously you put in your life. So Pitta is coming in front of everyone, smelling, deep smell, stress is in it, and I need to do it perfect. What is perfection? This is the point. You want to do it perfect, but what is perfect? What is perfection? Is there anything more up to the perfection you are aiming to? Something more to add and something more to add to be more perfect? It's like going nowhere. It's losing oneself into something that has no end. Perfection is not the... you can say it, you can understand what I'm saying, you know? Just come down. Humbleness. Because the ego wants, so you bring it to humbleness. You bring it to Saturn is a planet of humbleness. He's a big enemy of the sun. Look at the color. This is dark, this is light. This is darkness, this is light. This is cold and this is hot. This is slow and this is quick. The ray of light. And remember, this is related to Pitta, this is related to Vata. This is the beauty. This is the beauty of yoga. This is the beauty of Ayurveda. This is the beauty of Indian Vedic astrology. That everything is inside of you. Just need to see how the 5 elements are working inside of your body, through the physical body, through the energetical body, through the emotional body, through the mental body, and through the spiritual body. These are the 5 koshas. Now let's take, let's say Venus. Venus as a planet is a kapha planet, okay? Very quiet. The day before the talk, she's quiet. She doesn't even remember, she doesn't even need to, because she knows everything is there in the suitcase that I will bring with me. Everything is ready. I don't need now the day before to read it again, because I know what I'm talking about, you know. So the kapha person comes in front of the crowd and they say, Namaste, Namaste, with a big smile, with an open heart. And these people speaks really from the heart. They don't speak from the intellect of the ego. They are just giving through the heart. And those are the best talks. Usually these are the best talks that get to people's heart, not into people's intellect. The Vata, they are doing it very good, because once they get the confidence and the steadiness inside of them, wow, they grab the attention of everyone through their creativity. The way they express themselves by the movement of their body, by the joining the idea and putting it together, and suddenly they come with another thing, and by the gesture, wow, the crowd is impressed. Pitta people, when you want to have a sharp, precise and direct talk, that you have 15 minutes, I need to convince people, like politicians, ba, 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 ba. This is it. Structured, straightforward, sharp, easy to understand. This is the quality of Pitta. And Kapha, of course, as I told, you get to the people's heart. Amazing, no? So imagine, we have all this Vata, Pitta and Kapha in our body. These 3 energy lives in our body, right? How to define your Prakruti? Prakruti means your constitution. Prakruti means what are your dosha. Are you a Vata, Pitta person? Are you a Pitta, Vata person? Or are you a Vata, Kapha person? Or a Kapha, Pitta person? Or very tridoshic. Vata, Pitta, Kapha, very balanced. There is some people that are very balanced, you know. And this is related to Mercury. This planet is a tridoshic. It's very balanced. Not too much of this, not too much of that. Right? So there is quiz. Quiz, you just answer to the question. First question, second question, third question, fourth question, fifth question. There is a questionnaire, and then you answer with numbers, and then you get to a certain amount of point, a total, and then by seeing the 3 totals, you understand what constitution or what Prakruti you are. Remember, important, nature. Yoga, the yogis, when they were doing yoga, they were looking to the nature, to the animal kingdom. They were looking to a cat, to a dog, to a lion. Shimma, the lion pose, the elephant pose, the eagle pose, the Nataraja yoga posture. Everything is seen in the nature through the animal kingdom, but through also the trees, the leaves, because you see the tree is steady and the leaves are moving through the movement of the hair, and the tree has deep roots from Muladhara chakra. The roots of Muladhara chakra of a tree, stability. Yoga posture gives concentration and not anymore the movement of the mind. So you work on the chakras. Svadhisthana, second chakra, related to the water, the emotions. Manipura, related to the fire of the warrior. Mars, the warrior, related to it. Anahata chakra, related to Venus, the openness of the heart, the unconditional love. Mercury is the communication planet, opening, and moon and sun are living here. Because in the yogic system, we are made half part of a feminine aspect and half part of masculine aspect. Let's say this is Shakti and this is Shiva, and this is Ida and this is Pingala. This is the receptive side of your body, and this is the emissive side of your body, right? These two crossing and going to the two hemispheres of our brain. See how complex and how beautiful it is to dig deep into yoga, to understand how our body works through the system of the chakras, through the 5 elements, the Pancha Mahabhutas that lives inside of your body. And this knowledge, when you acquire this knowledge of the yoga, the yoga means union. When you acquire the knowledge of how I really have to do the yoga posture, the asana, and stay in that asana and understand what energetically happened in my body by doing the yoga posture, by understanding what is the benefit of it in my physical body, the release of the tension in my physical body, the stretchness, the ability to move, more freedom in my body. When I do yoga, I'm more free physically to move, to go up the stairs, to jump from one place to another one, to stand and to walk or to sit on the floor instead of sitting in a chair, which is very unhealthy and uncomfortable. Why the yogis were used to sit on the floor? Why? Muladhara chakra, the first chakra, the perineum, is on the floor, is touching the floor. The idea is I want to ground with the nature, inside the nature. I want to put my roots and not be detached, because if you sit on a chair, there is a space in between you and the real floor, right? Same as walking barefoot instead of walking with shoes. How uncomfortable are shoes, and how detached from the earth you are when you wear shoes. If you can walk as much as possible without shoes is much better, to be in touch, to be grounded. So this is the yoga who helps our physical body, then helps our energetical body. It gives power, it gives strength, it gives endurance, it gives willpower also, yoga. No? Then we work on our emotional body to release emotions, stuck emotion in our physical body. Remember that in our body our body carries all the memories of our life, and maybe from the past life. Because we are talking about the Indian system of yoga, which includes karma and moksha and liberation of the soul, individual soul, right? The cycle of life. Releasing emotions, very important in the yoga, in the yogic practice. Mentally, how do you use yoga mentally? What do I think? How do I think? Remember the law of karma. What I think, what I do physically, what I speak, there is a repercussion on it. There is, from an action, there is a reaction. So yoga helps to not to be this impulsive in the daily life by saying everything I want to say, I say it. Okay. Just think a little bit, maybe an instant more through the posture of yoga. You take time and you observe your thoughts. What I have to say, how am I going to say it? You become somehow more tactful, more soft in your speech through yoga. You say things maybe in another way. You learn how to communicate also in another way, because you are communicating first of all with your own self, with your own thoughts. Because when you go through yoga posture, I promise, if you never did it, it's very painful. It's not painful, it's painful for the physical body, but it's painful for the mind, because through the breathings, through releasing in the physical body we have memory, through releasing those memories in our body comes up to our thoughts, and we get confused. We really can get into conflict in ourselves. It is why when you go through a TTC, a teacher training course of yoga, which usually lasts 4 weeks, 200 hours, you go through many processes: emotional process, mental process, physical process, energetical process, and especially spiritual process. Because yoga means union with what? With what you want to get union with the 5 elements that are also as above, so below. So we cannot hide ourselves of saying everything in one and one in everything. We are part of what happened in the solar system, and to a last extent to the universe, but just staying in our solar system with all the planets moving around the sun, affecting us. So this is the union of yoga, being in touch with what is looking to the sky and not looking down. Animals usually look down looking for food, but we human being has this quarter that we can look up, and unfortunately we forgot, because we are trapped in our society. But I don't want to speak about our society, I just want to speak about the benefits of the understanding of the Tridosha. So who you are If you don't know, check it. Be interested in it. Make your own research. Why not? Huh? Because more, my teacher said, my guru always said, more knowledge you have, better you live. Because when you live in avidya, which means ignorance, or not seeing enough in life, you always get scared because you don't know about the future. It's incognito. I don't know what is about. While if you have knowledge about your 5 bodies, you can face life, daily life, easily, you know, with more confidence inside of you. And this is what brings yoga. Yoga brings a lot of things in our body, in our mind, and this is it for today, for the Tridosha, a long explanation. Do your practice, try to do it, go for it, and have a TTC 200 yoga teacher training course that might change your life in a way. Okay? Thank you for your attention, and BoleBaba ki jai.